While we're watching the superpower face-off, we've also got a Patrick Division war with Philadelphia and Pittsburgh.
I'm Mike Ruzioni, and I'll have a closer look at the Red Army style and how it's controlled by the size of the National Hockey League rinks.
Expert analysis and NHL scores and highlights coming up between periods with Sports Nightly. Stay with us.
In the beginning, the Wiz was a dream. We had a small store and some big ideas, and a man whose principles were our inspiration. We always deal honestly with our customers. We guarantee the lowest prices and the highest quality. We demand perfection in our stores, of our salespeople, and our products. Integrity, customer satisfaction, excellence. It's why we can say nobody beats the Wiz.
At North General, we get more than 1,000 patients every day. The National Executive Service Corps made it possible for our staff and management to develop a quality hospital for this medically underserved area. Volunteer consultants from the NESC helped turn around this facility.
The National Executive Service Corps, helping nonprofits help people. For experience consultation, call 212-529-6660.
Without the National Executive Service Corps, there would be no North General Hospital.
Just as easy as scoring a goal, you could win a fabulous trip for two to Jamaica in the Sports Channel WEVD-WBAB Magic 5,000 contest. The Islanders started the season with 4,832 team goals. In early 1989, they'll ring up number 5,000. Tell us when, and you can win a vacation for two via Air Jamaica to the beautiful Caribbean resort Boscobel Beach. Write down the date you think the Isles will notch number 5,000 and send it to Magic 5,000 Contest, P.O. Box 234, Woodbury, New York 11797.
Okay. Welcome back to Sports Nightly Studios. Lee Zeidman along with Michael Ruzioni. The score 2-1, but the big surprise so far is that not only is the score 2-1, but the Soviets have outshot the Islanders by about 2-1 as well.
Well, I think, in fairness to the Islanders, the power play situation, especially in the first period, had a lot to do with those shots. But the Islanders, I thought, played extremely well in the second period and took the Soviets out of their rhythm, out of their game. There's one thing about the Soviets that's always impressed me, is their percentage of shots. Watch how they always seem to give the guy a good angle and a good percentage shot. They move the puck extremely well. They make good drop passes. Here's another look at it here. And it's just always impressed me where they very rarely will make a diagonal pass. They will always look for the trailer. They'll hold the puck. They'll hold the puck. They'll wait to see somebody come in from behind, come in from the trail to get a good percentage shot. Hardly ever will you see them shoot the puck off the angle. They'll always hold it. They'd rather get checked in the corner than throw the puck blindlessly to the point. They'll look for that guy coming in front.
Theirs is a precision game, and you have to wonder how much a significantly smaller NHL rink does to cramping their style.
Well, I think it's got a great deal to do with why their style is cramped. Because of the size of the rink, there's no room for them. Where they would normally go wider, they have to be tighter. The boards are there. Easier for opponents to check the Soviets in a smaller rink. But today I had a chance to go over to the rink, watch them practice, talk to some of the players, and got their views on the different styles of rinks.
And we're going to hear about Mike's conversations with the Soviet players about the rink size after the game on Sports Nightly, so stay tuned for that. Sports Channel's exclusive coverage of the Superpower Face-Off Series continues Saturday with a doubleheader. Saturday afternoon, the Central Red Army collides with the Bruins in Boston live from Boston Garden at 1:30. Then Saturday night, Wayne Gretzky and the Los Angeles Kings square off with the Dinamo Riga at the Forum. We'll see the great one against the Soviets' great young goaltender, Artur Urbe. Phone lines are still open if you've not yet voted in tonight's Fans Call. Would you like to see the NHL enlarge the size of its rinks? Ruzioni votes yes. If you agree, dial 1-900-300-6311. If you say no, dial 1-900-300-6312. Dial carefully. Each call costs 75 cents. Some proceeds will go to the Armenian earthquake relief. We'll have the final tabulation after the game on Sports Nightly. The Superpower Face-Off Series has been a stroll down memory lane for Mr. Ruzioni. 7 members of the current Central Red Army Club played for the Soviets when Mike captained the U.S. Miracle on Ice Club back in 1980. Now, this afternoon we witnessed a touching moment. Mike got together with a gold medal teammate, New York Islander Ken Morrow.
Do you have any flashbacks watching the Soviets? I'm thinking Morrow picks the puck out of the zone and feeds up to Harrington or over to Christoph or somebody like that.
All I remember is the goal you scored, Mike.
Touché. He's a smart kid, isn't he?
He is a smart kid. As you watch the Soviets, I mean, when you played these guys, the stars were kids. How much has their game changed?
Well, believe it or not, they seem like they may have slowed down just a little. Krutov and Larionov, Fetisov, Kasatonov, they were 18, 19, 20 years old then. And they were a little more aggressive. Krutov especially, remember him being the first, in my opinion, the first Soviet that really came out and started to play more of the North American style of play. He banged you a lot more, he went in the corners a lot more, where the old players, Petrov and Karlamov and Mikhailov, were more flashier and didn't go into the corner as often. And I think that team relied a little more on their goaltender because he was so great in Tretiak than the teams in now do. I think Krutov now doesn't rely on his goaltender as much and maybe plays a little tougher and a little meaner than he did the old player.
Now, of course, those guys we're talking about are now 28, 29, 30 years old. Fetisov is 30. The KLM line, Krukov, Larionov, Makarov, all 4 of those guys have been drafted by NHL clubs. All 4 have expressed an interest to play over here. What kind of impact can they have at this age?
Well, it'd be interesting to see what kind of impact they have, not as a line. See, they weren't the KLM line when they were kids. They developed that name because of the success that they had gotten over the years in the Soviet Union. I don't know how well Krutov will play without Makarov, and how well Larionov will play without Krutov and Makarov, and how well will Fetisov play without Kostanov. Unless they can get some Canadians or some Americans with those names, maybe they'll be able to blend in. But that's the one question I have is how they will play as individuals.
Well, it's interesting to note that they've all said they want to play with Gretzky. So.
Well, that's my retirement.
We're going to update tonight's NHL action after this.
Someone once said the best way to follow football action is to follow the quarterback's arm. This quarterback's arm belongs to Jim Kelly, and he's holding a copy of the Sporting News, which is really the best way to follow football action.
I've been reading the Sporting News for 12 years now, and when it comes to inside information, this is the next best thing to a coach's meeting. The Sporting News, for total team coverage, college and pro. More football facts and stats than any other sports weekly. Plus hot news of baseball, basketball, and hockey. Take it from this quarterback. The Sporting News is America's favorite way to follow football action. And now, delivered right to your door at a 75% savings.
Call 1-800-453-1905 and get 50 big issues of the Sporting News for 4 easy payments of just $7.47. You'll save 75% off the cover price, save 50% off the regular subscription rate. So call now, 1-800-453-1905. That's 1-800-453-1905.
Saturday, the Central Red Army plays Boston. Monday, the Red Army skates against the New Jersey Devils. Well, the Bruins and the Devils are facing off tonight at the Meadowlands. The first time they've seen each other since the semis of last year's Stanley Cup. First period, Bruins up 1-0. Bob Joyce gets off a wrist shot. It's blocked by Kenny Linsman, but the rebound goes into the net, 2-0 Boston. Second period, Bruins up 2-1. Randy Burridge comes in, steals the puck, turns around, puts it past Bob Sauvé to make it 3-1 Boston. Boston has now made it 4-1 in the third period out at New Jersey. Philadelphia and Pittsburgh, the top team in the Patrick Division, trails Philadelphia 3-1 in the third. Toronto and Quebec 6-5, a shootout between the Leafs and the Nordiques. Calgary and Montreal, the top 2 teams in the league, no score. First period of the Olympic Saddledome in Vancouver and Los Angeles gets started about 40 minutes from now. That's the news for now. Complete wrap-up follows the game with Sports Nightly. Send you back to the Coliseum, Period 3, after this.
This is the heart of the world's financial body, Wall Street. Fortunes are made and lost daily. If you have the desire to be successful, I will show you how you can dramatically change your lifestyle by becoming a licensed stockbroker with the Investors Center. Wall Street isn't waiting. Why should you? Call our toll-free number now for a confidential interview or to attend a free seminar.
The city, Rockville Center. The sporting goods mystery case. The only clue, a tag from Wolf Sport Shop. 12:56 p.m. Find the culprit sport. Case solved. It must be baseball, golf, football, soccer, tennis, basketball, hockey, lacrosse, boxing. 4:23 p.m. Case dismissed. Wolf selection, too big.
Wolf Sport Shop in Rockville Center. And look for our new location in Huntington Village.
Who really blacked out the Knicks and the Rangers? Madison Square Garden wants to keep you in the dark. The Garden wants to charge all cable viewers to see its teams, even people who don't like the Knicks and Rangers. And now the Garden is spending $500 million for rights to the Yankees, and they want everyone to pay for that too. At Cablevision, we think the choice should be yours, not Madison Square Garden's.
2-1, the Red Army leading the New York Islanders. Let's go back to Nassau Coliseum. Sports Channel's Ed Westfall standing by. Ed?
Thank you, Lee. Well, I suppose for the Soviet Union, the short-handed goal seems to be the play of the night. Interesting to note, before we get to the replays, though, this is the 8th period these two teams have played against each other over the years. Hasn't been a major penalty by either team. We're seeing outstanding hockey. Let's go to the highlights. Pat LaFontaine had opportunities galore in the first period. He gets the goal in the second period to tie it. Here, with the play broken up, Brad Delgarno has played a fine hockey game for the Islanders. LaFontaine comes up with the puck. What happens here is, on the defenseman, Brad Delgarno makes the right play. The wrong play is made by number 19, Baykoff, here, as he doesn't cover Pat LaFontaine. LaFontaine's pass is heading across the ice to who else? Derek King. They've teamed up so well in the hockey game here tonight. King picks up the puck. The only player back is Kasatonov. Beautiful pass. LaFontaine under the right arm of goaltender Milnikov. And it's a 1-1 hockey game. King assisting on Pat LaFontaine's goal. Brad Delgarno should have an assist, but he doesn't. Things like this happen in hockey games. They happen to Thomas Johnson. He loses the puck and racing away, Baykoff. He was the victim of the Islander goal by Pat LaFontaine through the pads of Kelly Rudy. Baykoff regains the lead. A short-handed goal, the second one of the night. Baykoff scoring to make it 2-1 in the second period at 7:27. The teams are returning to the ice. It's 2-1. The Soviets over the Islanders. You're watching the NHL Soviet Series on Sports Channel.
If it's happening, I'm there, okay? Foreign films, answering machine for my car phone, okay? Hey, it's goat cheese or no cheese. My beer, so hip, with a twist.
When you're done kidding around, Heineken.
Check me out. All my plastic, gold. You know, I live in the city, but my clothes say safari. My imported beer, ooh, the bigger the better, mate.
Like we said, when you're done kidding around, Heineken.
Hi, I'm Mark Messier of the Edmonton Oilers, with the reason number 11 to watch NHL hockey. Good hard checking. Get the action reaction. Watch NHL hockey.
Sports Channel America is making headlines. We're now on live, prime time, 7 nights a week. In addition to our extensive NHL coverage, Sports Channel America delivers 37 hotly contested men's college basketball matchups, women's basketball featuring the highly ranked Southeastern Conference, and the best in high school hoops. Plus, Sports Channel America offers hard-hitting boxing, tennis, and more. Be a part of the new era in cable sports. Sports Channel America, 7 nights a week.
Harrah's Casino Hotel and Haran Coachways would like to help Islander fans bring in the new year with their 89 Pocket Calendar Night. This Tuesday, January the 3rd, when the Philadelphia Flyers visit the Coliseum. All fans will receive a 1989 month-at-a-glance pocket calendar. Celebrate the new year with the Islanders, Harrah's, and Haran Coachways. Let's take a look at Pat LaFontaine. He had 2 good scoring chances in the first period. This is at the very beginning of the second period. Passed by, yes, Derek King, Pat LaFontaine. What a stop here by Milnikov. Sergei Milnikov sliding across, stacking the pads. LaFontaine scored just after that. There he is on the bench, having another good night for his New York Islanders.
Helminen takes the face-off against Larionov to open up the third period here at the Nassau Coliseum. Fetisov back in his own zone. That long pass into center ice. Down into the Islanders zone, and Rudy plays it around the boards for Greg Gilbert. Cross-ice pass into the center ice zone. Ends up back in the Soviet territory. Konstantinov, the defenseman who went back, played it up the boards, but here's Gilbert turning in the Soviet zone. Centers one. Norton with a shot. Milnikov back into the goal mouth to make the stop. And it's cleared out into center ice. Played around Krutov by Pilon. The Soviets go back. A couple of things that you've probably witnessed here tonight about the Soviets. They just turned the puck over. Oh, and it slides under the pads of Milnikov. Helminen taking it from back of the net. Came so close to tying it up.
A broken play. The Islanders jump on it quickly. Raimo Helminen. Fetisov there loses the puck. Helminen grabs it, comes around quickly. He thought he had it in, but it was the right pad. The right pad of Milnikov dragging along the ice that kept the puck from going in. Helminen did everything right. Stole the puck from Fetisov, excuse me.
Ryan Trottier is handling the Islanders now at the bench as Al Arbor has gone to one of the skyboxes to watch it.
I'd like to ask him, Brian, you know all the players' names. Right from the face-off, a drive over the crossbar by Pat Flatley.
And the Soviets play it out through center ice. It appeared to be a 2-line pass. Kaminsky comes in. Rudy the stop. The rebound loose. Centered in front. And Konstantinov trying to get it set up. He is checked on the play, and Flatley bangs it off the boards and out to center ice. Great opportunities at both ends of the ice. Omatov dumping it into the Islanders zone. Rudy lets it go to Nyland, and that's going to be called on an icing. Started to say a few moments ago a couple of things about the Soviets. You very seldom see them. I don't think we've seen them tonight go offside at the blue line. They just do not do that. The other thing, they don't dump it in. And I was starting to say they don't give the puck away very often, and then bang, there's a chance for Helminen.
Right from the face-off, Flatley put it over the crossbar, but then back come the Soviets. That's Kaminsky with a shot stopped by Kelly Rudy. He drags his left pad, kicks it away from the net. End-to-end action. Flatley had just tickled the top of the crossbar. There he is again. I should say LaFontaine from the face-off. The Soviets generally, again, are very good at face-off. The Islanders, in the second period, were winning most of them. 2 important ones here at the beginning of the third period. The Islanders come up with the puck.
And again, they're jockeying some people from the KLM line. Makarov out on left wing now. He had a couple of words with Niemchov as he moved in for this face-off. And Niemchov is going to be moved out. Linesman Gord Brasiker waving the Soviet player from the face-off area.
Niemchikov, not a lot of ice time, but I guess they're going to start to use him here in the third period.
Chikin came in to take the draw. The Soviets moving out on the right side. Niemchikov into the Islanders zone with the pass. Broken up, and here's Bergevin. Bergevin trying to outskate the Soviets. Cleared the zone. Niemchikov with it at center ice. They come over the line again. Makarov is taken down, turned around by Delgado. Now Makarov back on his skate, centers one. It goes right to Rudy. Comes out to cover the puck, and there's no further play.
Skating stays in the hockey game. The Islanders, probably the best we've seen them in a long time in their own end of the ice in this hockey game. Al Arbor joins General Manager, President Bill Torrey up in the birdcage.
Brian Trottier at the bench. The wireless mic is open. sign language now.
First chance, change. First chance.
First chance, make a change. That sign language.
First chance is coming, boys.
LaFontaine squaring to take the face-off. Chernik got the draw back to the left point. Konstantinov's shot is deflected over the glass and on into the seat.
I suppose if you're wondering about Brian Trache behind the bench as coach, is that something that maybe the Islanders are thinking about for the future? No, he's probably said something along the way. That coaching is easy to do, and I'm sure all you have to do...
Where you go?
All you have to do is walk up and down behind the bench, know everybody's number, and know everybody's name.
I used to have a broadcast partner that told me that was the way to coach the Montreal Canadiens. He didn't finish the season when he took that approach. The Islanders have just iced the puck as Fetisov went back to touch up in his own zone. This is the 43rd season of Soviet Union National Hockey League play. See Brian Trache and Rick Wilson talking. See if we can listen in.
Brent Cromwood. Oh, yeah. What's the next line going out for? What's that? You want to throw him out now? If you don't catch him, they'll be coming with one of those top lines.
Obviously, what they're trying to do is they're trying to match lines.
Brent, Crom, and Wood seem to be the line combination that they're talking about. King, Delgarno, and LaFontaine remain out on the ice. Put the puck in the Soviet zone. Chernik moves it up the right wing board. On into the Islanders zone. Zelepukin is knocked down on the play by Pilon. The puck loose back in the net. LaFontaine takes over. Played it away from Chernik out into the center ice zone, and Fetisov drops back. Now over the line is Chernik. Norton chases him back. Chernik's pass off the stick. LaFontaine lost it. Loose in front. Oh, Rudy crawls to the right side. Dazzling save on Davidoff. At LaFontaine, trying to clear it out, hit one of the Soviets in the back, Davidoff, and then hold the puck in. Zelepukin on right wing to Davidoff. He shoots, blocked by Norton, and the rebound is turned aside by Rudy. At LaFontaine moves it up to Derek King. King with Wood. The play broken up. Zelepukin has it. Zelepukin turning in the center ice area. Valery Zelepukin turns and shoots it down into the Islanders zone. Comes off the boards for Nyland. Vladimir Krutov moves into forecheck. Wood moves it up to Crom. It is Wood with Johnson and Crom, the Islander forward line. Nyland with a shot, and Melnikov, the save, dropped it off. Kasatonov trying to move it out on the boards. Knocked loose by Crom. Kasarov with it back of the net. Played it to the left side, and it's cleared around the boards and out to center by Krutov. Picking it up is Larry Arnott. Makarov moves in to join him, but Larry Arnott can't get around the defensive work of Nyland. This is Randy Wood clearing the zone. Johnson chasing a loose puck. Kasatonov back on the Soviet defense. Played it to the left side. Krutov to Makarov. Now Larry Arnott comes over the line. Larry Arnott put it in the skates of his teammate. Kasatonov centers. Makarov was checked by Pilon. Thomas Johnson brings it out on the left side. Johnson flips it into the Soviet zone. Melnikov steering it to Gusarov. Alexei Gusarov moves it to right wing. Sergei Makarov with a pass. And Bykov can't get into the Islanders zone. Now they shove it in across the line. It's recovered by Norton. Bykov's goal is the difference in this game. 2-1. Central Red Army leading the New York Islanders. Greg Gilbert at center ice. Wraparound pass cleared by the Soviets. Norton with it again. Over to Pilon. Tip. Pilon able to move it out into the center ice zone. So Byakin goes back for Central Red Army. And Yensky turning at center ice along with Homatov. Byakin takes it all the way back of the net rather than give it away to anybody.
Puck control. That's the way they like to play hockey. They don't golf it away.
Now Gilbert traces it into the Soviet zone. Greg Gilbert in front to Flatley, and it's knocked loose. Nyland gets control of it. Then it's cleared right back to Gilbert. Tried to set up Helminen. The Soviet defense tightens up, and now comes Homatov on right wing. Into the Islanders zone. Can't get around Nyland. Kelly Rudy puts it back of the Islander net for Reed Larson. The near side for Flatley. His pass is blocked. Flatley goes back to the puck. Gives it to Gilbert on left wing. Up to Patrick Flatley into the Soviet zone. Patrick Flatley pulls up, centers, and a shot is blocked by Milnikov. Brent Sutter with a chance. Centers it in front. Flatley tapped it wide. Taken down on the play as Gilbert. There'll be a penalty. Flatley shoots and scored! Flatley ties it at 2.
The Islanders. Yes, the Islanders had the Soviets running around in their own end of the ice. Sutter has a chance. Flatley has a chance. Then finally Flatley with his second chance and a delayed penalty fires it into the lower left-hand side. Milnikov reaching for it. Couldn't get to it. Here the Islanders a buzz. Flatley dumps it just wide of the left goalpost to the left of Milnikov. Sutter, who had a scoring opportunity earlier, passes the puck. There's the shot into the lower left-hand corner, and Flatley has tied it at 2 apiece as Brent Sutter passes it in front, one-timing it. It's a 2-2 game.
And over at the Soviet bench, Tikhonov really upset with that line when they came back. He was down nose to nose with a couple of his players. They are tied at 2 as Flatley scores at the 5:28 mark. Patrick Flatley moves up into center ice with Volek on one side, Sutter on the other. Flatley bump, brings it back in offside, and play is called. Still 14 minutes and 8 seconds left in the third period. The score tied 2-2.
On your path to success, reach for America's strongest financial helping hand, Citicorp and Citibank. More American families own their own homes and attend college with our help, and more get what they want with MasterCard and Visa cards from Citibank than from any other company. We also serve millions of customers in every major marketplace worldwide. Citicorp, because Americans want to succeed, not just survive.
I wonder if he gets into any... That's at the train.
That's the train getting ready.
Boy, he has been so vocal. He's calmed down a little bit. I'm sitting here wondering if he has any arguments like that at home. His wife, Tatiana, is a lawyer in Moscow. He has a son, Vasily, who plays for a second division team in the Soviet Union.
Boy, is he hot. He was working his way up and down the bench, and the ears, even covered with a helmet, have to be ringing. He's upset with the performance of his team and that particular exchange that the Islanders tied the score on. Flatley, a Canadian Olympic team in '84, he had 33 goals, 17 assists, 50 points for the Canadian team.
Flatley has given the Islanders a 2-2 tie as they turn Fetisov around in his own zone. The puck knocked away from him, but cleared outside the line. King gets it right back from Bergevin, played it to the right side to Diddick. He puts it in the Soviet territory. Karno went into forecheck, but it's Fetisov moving it up the right side. Ashnikin in the center ice zone. Chernik got checked in the Islander territory. Norton, a turnover in his own end of the ice. Davidoff centers, but right to Norton. Jeff Norton, breaking pass into the center ice zone. LaFontaine drops it back to Pilon. A couple of Soviets collided as the Islanders start out. Pilon with a pass to Randy Wood. Played it over the Soviet blue line, but Gusarov is back. Dumps it down the ice. Does have enough on it to get across the goal line, and an icing call against Central Red Army. 13 minutes, 2 seconds left in the third period. The score is tied 2-2.
They are the elite teams of the Soviet League, Central Red Army and Dynamo Riga. They're coming to North America to challenge the Edmonton Oilers, Los Angeles Kings, New York Islanders, and more. East meets West in this clash of hockey titans. New Year's Eve, all-universe Wayne Gretzky and the Los Angeles Kings collide with the youth and speed of Dynamo Riga in the Superpower Face-Off. Live at 10 Eastern, 9 Central, exclusively on Sports Channel New Year's Eve.
Again, we listen in to Brian Trottier at the Islander bench, reminding his players to keep the lanes covered.
Keeping the lanes covered is a little like saying, wing on wing. Make sure you have somebody covered coming back into your own end.
Elon with a shot right on. Milnikov the save. Wood centers one in front. Gusarov for the Soviet Union, playing it to the right side. Zelebukin into the Islander zone. Centered one, and it's tapped wide by Chernik. Davidoff gets to it. Rich Crom reaching in, couldn't knock it away from the Soviet player. Chernik with a shot, and Rudy the pad save. The Islanders able to clear it away from Kasatonov down into the Soviet zone, and this will be an icing call.
One of the few icings the Islanders have made in this hockey game. The Soviets were making a few just a moment ago. Kelly Rudy, good stop. Alexander Chernik, a moment ago, one-timing it. Here, gets enough on it. That deflected. That's what fooled Kelly Rudy for a moment. Got his skate out, got his glove in behind the skate. Take another look. as the Soviet Red Army team try to gear up the offense. Kelly Rudy making a good stop, kicking it off into the corner. It's a 2-2 tie with 12:27 remaining in the third period.
Larry Ernoff moves in to take the face-off. The KLM line out there for the Soviets. Here's Gilbert. He shoots it into the Red Army zone. It comes off the boards. Helminen after it. He got checked on the play, and Makarov takes the pass from Krutov. Makarov stick handling into center ice. The captain now, as Fetisov had been stripped of that honor. The puck dropped back. Moving in with it is Krutov. The tank goes back to the net. Larson pushes him, and look at the way he holds on to that puck. Finally, it's turned over, however. Larson to Gilbert. Up to Helminen. Timo Helminen checked by Larry Ernoff, and Makarov drops it back into his own zone. Vladimir Mikhailov dumps it down the right side. Islanders covering up in their own territory. Here's Gilbert out to Helminen. 3 Soviets back. Helminen over the line. Centers to Gilbert off his stick and wide of the net. Gilbert frees it for Makala. Puts it to the side of the net. Gilbert jabbing at it. It comes loose for Makala. Makala tied up. Gilbert is knocked into the back of the net. In after the loose puck goes Dinnick. Banks one off the side of the net. The Soviets come up with it, but not before a little scuffle. Meantime, Krutov is appealing to the referee who's called the play. Gary Fraser has at least one penalty to call here, maybe more. Let's pause now for a regional break. You're watching the NHL Soviet Super Series on Sports Channel.
This is Roger McDowell. This is Gary Carter for the Foster Care Network. Did you know that each month over 1,000 New York children become homeless, neglected, abused, abandoned, or their parents are too poor or too sick to care for them? These children have a chance if good foster homes are found for them. But there's a critical shortage of good foster homes. To find out how you can become a foster parent, call the Foster Care Network, serving all boroughs.
Melikov and Gilbert getting the penalties for roughing. The Islanders with more pressure around Milnikov in goal. Mikko Makala fighting away at the side of the net. That's Larionov, number 8. Mikko Makala knocks the lid off Melikov. But the penalties go to Greg Gilbert and Melikov.
Again, a look at the Soviet bench. Makarov playing in this game tonight. We talked about Mikhailov, the assistant coach, being the #1 all-time goal scorer. Makarov is now 10th. And if he has as good a season as everybody anticipates in regular season play, he'll pass Alexander Maltsev and Helmut Guterres. Well, Guterres right there for him to pass this year on their all-time scoring list. Then comes your pal, Yakushev. Remember Kursov? Kursov, yes. He's next in line for Makarov to pass. 2-2 is the score. We're reaching the midway point of the third period, here at the Nassau Coliseum. The breaking pass. Look out. Rudy able to make the save on Bikov, who got it up high. One of the few times the Soviets have gone high with Rudy in the nets.
That's one of the advantages, Jigsy. Soviets love to control the puck. They will not just shoot it in. They move it back to their own blue line and let the forwards regroup. Then they start up the ice from the red line toward the Islander blue line.
Makarov dropped it back. Kusarov's shot is blocked, and LaFontaine feeds it to King. Right back to LaFontaine. Delgarno over on the right side. LaFontaine into the Soviet zone. Gave it to King in the corner. Back to the point for Pilon. That's one go, and that deflected off Makarov. Delgarno gives it to King. Harry King, cross ice to LaFontaine, picks it out of the corner. Trying to step around the check of Casatona. Got it to Delgarno, goes to the corner for it. Takes it back to the net. Giving a ride along the boards. Now Norton moves in, the puck knocked loose. He's out into the center ice area, but picked up by King. Can't get LaFontaine over the line as Delgarno's play is blocked. And the Soviets turn back again. Yemchinov dropping it into his own zone. Kasatonov with it. Moves it to Makarov. Makarov dumps it in. Rudy slows it up. Taken back in the net by Wood. Wood is high sticked on the play. There'll be a penalty against the Soviets. Ellie Rudy stays on the ice. Now the Islanders move it out with a pass to LaFontaine at center. Back to Pilon. Rudy has gone to the bench for the extra attacker. Pilon gives it to Wood. Back to Pilon. Richard Pilon tied up in the boards, and as the Soviets control the puck, there's no further play. There will be a high sticking penalty. 9:04 remaining in the third period. Let's pause now for a regional break. You're watching the NHL Soviet Super Series on Sports Channel.
Where do professional drivers and mechanics turn for the parts and supplies they need for their cars? The same place you can find everything you need for your car. Auto Right, where everything that's right for your car is right under one roof. Like Valvoline All Climate and 4-Guard Motor Oil, because your car is special. So come to the same place the pros go and do it right with Auto Right.
Touching on the play about how the Soviets go back to their own blue line, regroup, and here's what happens. A breakaway pass. Homutant with a beautiful pass to Bakov. What a stop by Kelly Rudy, keeping the score at 2 apiece. Here's the high stick on Randy Wood. Wood going behind, trying to fight the check off. Kozchikin gets the stick around the throat of Randy Wood, gets the penalty. The Islanders go to the power play. The Islanders' 6th power play of the hockey game.
Linesman Gord Brosiker puts the puck in play, and it comes back to Diddick on the left point. Goes to the right side, in front to Brent Sutter, to Volek, and the goaltender, Milnikov, knocked it away before he could get a stick on it. Volek to Flatley. Back to the point for Diddick, pulling a little to the right, lets one go, it's blocked. Here's Flatley with a shot. Milnikov gets help with the defense. Now the puck comes loose. Arianov playing it off the boards and down into the Islanders zone.
Islanders handling the puck on the power play very well. Good shot by Diddick from the left point position. Had the ball scared in front of the net.
Helminen pulls in on right wing, drops it back to Norton. Over to Gerald Diddick, fires off the goal post. Loose puck, Volek able to get it back to Norton. Jeff Norton comes to the left side. Needs it right back. Here's Volek. Lets one go. That drifted wide of the net. Comes off the mesh. Now back into the mesh, and there's no further play. 8 minutes and 12 seconds left in the third period. The Soviets appealing to get the face-off outside the blue line. And again, Brian Trottier at the Islander bench, coaching now as Al Arbor has gone upstairs to watch his team.
Now he's got his hand to his head trying to figure out what number is so-and-so on his own team.
John Perron, the coach of the Quebec Nordiques now, the interim coach, had a great quote following their game with the Soviets Monday night. He said that the game was worth 10 practices.
Be ready for Patty.
And I think when you look at tonight's game, and as well as the Islanders have played, you can see why, because they certainly have gained not only experience but confidence in their own ability.
Cromer, be ready for Ramo.
There's the centerman on, well, actually Ramo is not playing. He's playing on the left wing side.
Makula feeding it in to Helminen, to Makula, back to Janssen with 58 seconds in the power play. Over to Makula, one-timed it wide of the net. It's off the boards, and the Soviets are able to clear it up off Homatov's stick. The Islanders set up again in the center ice area. Janssen taking Makula's pass. Janssen, who has some international experience as well, dumps it in. LaFontaine got checked on the play by Kasatonov. Clear it to the line off Janssen's stick, and he'll have to come back. He and Larson together on the points. Moving into forecheck is Bakov. He had the shorthanded goal to give the Soviets the lead. Now LaFontaine with a pass to Makula as he went into the Soviet zone. Centers LaFontaine with a shot that's high. It's off the glass on right wing, and Homatov carries it to center ice. Into the Islander zone with a shot that's wide. 12 seconds remaining in the Islander power play. Fontaine, after it had hit him, went to the right wing boards. The puck kicked back to the blue line, and Stelnov fired one wide of the net. Teams at 6 aside. Helminen dropping the puck back to Reed Larson. Shoots it in off the boards at center ice. Milnikov slows it up. Stelnov gets double teamed as he moves it around to the right side. Andrei Homatov puts it into the center ice zone. Into the Islander territory. Bakov centered one wide of the net. And Diddick is able to clear it out into center ice. A little less than 7 minutes to go in the third period. The score tied 2-2. Central Red Army and the New York Islanders. Second game of their tour for Central Red Army. They've dumped the puck into the Islander zone and get to it first. They get Makarov parked in front of the net. The pass was nowhere near anybody in a red uniform, so back they go. Nabokov playing it up the far side. Now into the center ice zone. Niemchov into the Islander territory. Centering pass is deflected to Randy Wood. 3 Soviets get back. 3 Islanders move up. Wood comes over the line with Crom and Brent Sutter. And the defensive work of Melnikov breaks up the play. The puck went toward the net, and Melnikov covers and holds on there. 6 minutes and 2 seconds left in the third period. The Islanders and Central Red Army tied 2-2.
Introducing a completely different Mercury Cougar.
Take my breath away.
Introducing pulse quickening comfort. The all-new Cougar from Mercury, where comfort and control are one.
This Monday afternoon on Sports Channel, Red Army will go against offensive gunner John McClain and the New Jersey Devils at 1:30 Eastern, 12:30 Central. Catch this great Super Series matchup right here on Sports Channel, the network of the NHL. Check your local listings for regional games in your area.
Chernik is moving around in the face-off circle. It appeared that linesman Gord Brossiker, yes he did, he moved him out of there. So Zelepukin will take the draw, and the puck comes back to Norton covering the right point, then knocked away from him by Davidoff. Back into his own zone is Pilon. Left side to King. Breaking pass to LaFontaine. He was onside but couldn't pick it up. LaFontaine takes a hit from Kasarov. Big rangy Soviet defenseman moves it to the right side. Zelepukin into center ice. Over the Islander zone to Davidoff. Lets one go, and it was off Norton. Loose puck. King takes the man. LaFontaine gets checked. Davidoff turns, comes off the board. Shot one off Rudy's blocking glove. Delgarno goes to the corner. Knocked the puck loose. Davidoff centers, and the Soviets have a great chance. It's blocked once, twice by Rudy, and brought out by Pilon. Spectacular stop by Kelly Rudy, and Pilon dumps it into the left side of Melnikov. Going it after it is King. Centers the puck. The Soviets get back and now start out. Into the center ice zone. Moving up neatly with it is Davidoff. He's checked at the Islander territory. This is Mark Bergevin over center ice. Long bouncing shot covered by Melnikov. Sergei Melnikov played all 8 games for the Soviets on their way to the gold medal at Calgary last February. In the nets for his second game on this Superpower Series. The score tied 2-2 with little less than 5 minutes to go in the third period. Larry Arnoff with the pass. Fetisov moved it to Makarov. Centered it right in front, and they score! Left all alone is Krutov, the tank. They call him, and it's 3-2 for the Soviets.
One mistake, one big mistake in their own end of the ice in the third period, and the Islanders pay the price. The Soviets go ahead 3-2. Krutov takes the pass. Take a look at the play developing in the center ice area. That's Krutov as he picks up the puck, comes down, taken out of the play. The pass to the right wing side. There's the play across, picking it up, backhanding it through the legs of Kelly Rudy. Beautiful passing play by Vladimir Krutov, who started in the center ice area, finishes it up by taking the pass, getting in behind the Islander defense, and making it 3-2 with that smooth backhand shot. Again, there's the pass coming across, the quick backhand. Makarov passing to Krutov, and it's a 3-2 lead.
And number 2, Vyacheslav Fetisov.
Well, there it is. Krutov, Makarov, and Fetisov. 3 very familiar names in Soviet hockey. The goal at 15:24. Krutov drops the puck back. Larry Arnoff at center into the Islander zone. Got knocked down by Brent Sutter, however. Fetisov with it. Got it right back again. Neat the way they set it up in their own territory.
Very neat. You'll remember, though, the last time that line was out on the ice, they had a checking line, including Randy Wood out there, along with Thomas Johnson, to try and keep that KLM line in check, and they did a good job.
Now Fetisov with it, back of his own goal, up the boards. Krutov can't clear it out. Here's Gary Nyland playing it in deep. Chasing it is Flatley as it comes to the boards. Flatley gets double-teamed, and the puck is cleared to center ice. Let's go Islanders. The chant that you hear in the background is David Volek dumps one in. Fetisov back for the Soviet. 3.5 minutes to go in the third period. Soviet Union with a long pass to Homatov. He's over the Islander line, cutting to the left side with Bykov. Bykov goes to the front of the net. Good job by Larson, taking Homatov into the corner. The puck comes around to the left side. Bykov centers. Kamensky. Brent Sutter ties him up as he went to center him. Now Bykov puts it back in the goal again. Valery Kamensky is checked, and David Volek has it knocked off his stick by Bykov. Volek from back of the net. Turned it over in his own end of the ice. Homatov centering attempt was blocked, and it's Nyland playing it across to Larson. Comes over center ice. Into the Soviet zone. The puck knocked loose. Larson going after it. In comes Flatley. It's knocked away from him. Volek cannot get a stick on it. 2 minutes and 45 seconds left in the third period. Central Red Army leading the New York Islanders by a score of 3-2. Soviet setting up back of the goal. Moving up the right side. This is Homatov with it. His pass to Chernik is broken up. Jeff Norton left it on the boards, and Davidoff turns it over. Now they get to it again. Over the Islander line comes Chernik on right wing. Pilon chases him back of the net. Chernik comes out in front, centers, and it's shot high and wide by Homatov. Almost hit his teammate, Davidoff. This is Pilon carrying it into center. Breaking pass to King. It went off his stick. He races it after it. King trying to center the puck. Soviets playing around the boards out to center. Icing waved off here. We have exactly 2 minutes to go in the third period as Norton comes back for the puck. Jeff Norton carries it over the center ice stripe. The U.S. Olympian of 88 taken into the boards and a good hip check. Konstantinov, the man who got him. Now at center, the Soviets set up again. Harry Erdhoff drops it back to Fetisov. Konstantinov to Fetisov. Fetisov wants one up through center ice. It'll go right to Kelly Rudy. Picking it up is Gerald Diddick. Diddick looks for an opening. Pass ahead, relayed to Helmanen by Makela. Helmanen across the line, shoots one, blocked at the defense. Helmanen's forechecking, turns Fetisov around, but he recovers the puck and clears it out. It'll slide just wide of the Islander net. No icing. Richard Pilon steps from back of the goal now with a pass up left wing into the skates of Greg Gilbert. Gilbert trying to relay it to Makela, who was cutting down the right side. Diddick in the meantime picks it up, brought it over the Soviet blue line offside. A break in the action here. The Soviet Central Red Army team leading the New York Islanders 3-2.
Introducing A1 Poultry Sauce, created to make the taste of your chicken come alive. Make your drumstick delicious. Turn your broiler to bliss. Relish it. Embellish it. Make your skewer newer. Take a plunge. Savor it. Flavor it. Delight in it. Enlighten it. New A1 Poultry Sauce. With its luscious blend of herbs, fruit, and spices, it makes the most of chicken any way you make it.
Denny?
Coaching staff getting ready for, I guess, pulling the goaltender and the extra skaters.
You got the goalie?
Islanders using the timeout. Ryan Trottier.
David, Platz, and Brent. Forwards. Patty, take the goalie. That puck to the net.
Take a look at what happened the last two times these met. All by one goal. The Soviet Wings 2, the Islanders 1. Brian Trottier scored the only Islander goal in 1976. Viktor Shalamov and Vladislav Anisin scored for the Soviet Union in 76. Fresh back from the Soviet Union, obviously with the hat, the military fatigues. Probably the Red Army. He doesn't play on the hockey team. There's his flag. He's even got the flag going for him.
And tell me that there are fans from as far away as Florida, former residents of the Soviet Union. Have some friends on the team, came up to watch them tonight as the Soviets have just iced the puck. Rare move. Face-off in their own end of the ice. 44 seconds left in the third period. And the Islanders now with 6 attackers on the ice. Heard them talking to Gerald Diddick, who was checking at the bench. He and Norton on the points. LaFontaine, Volek, Sutter, and Flatley up front. Omatov is out there for the Soviet Union. It's going to be Bykov to take the face-off. Bykov is a young man who, when in court in Sweden in 1983, told the court that he was a full-time hockey player in the Central Red Army team, earned $5,000 a year, and he's always been regarded as an amateur.
Well, we've known that wasn't true since time began.
Yes. Loose puck kicked down into the Islanders' zone. LaFontaine after it. Matt LaFontaine works it up the boards to David Volley. 28 seconds remaining as he gave it to Norton, out to Flatley. It's knocked away from him, picked up by Norton. Jeff Norton across to Brent Sutter. Pokes it over the Soviet blue line, and it's cleared out. Norton with it again. Omatov moved up to forecheck. The puck goes to the right wing boards. Bykov gets checked. 10 seconds remaining as the Soviets put it into the Islanders' zone. Omatov has taken off the puck. It goes loose off Kamensky's stick. And Diddick shoots it down the ice right to Milnikov. And that's going to do it. It's all over. Central Red Army has defeated the New York Islanders by a score of 3-2. So the series between the two touring teams and the National Hockey League teams again is all even. A win, a loss, and 2 ties in the first 4 games. And tomorrow night, Riga will play in Vancouver. And on Saturday, Central Red Army will be at Boston. That's an afternoon game. Bill Smith went right to the dressing room, but now the traditional handshake. Mikko Makula leading the Islanders.
Coaching staff equally. Tikhonov remembers Brian Trottier, obviously, as a player. Now he's had a chance to coach against him. The traditional handshake. Players get to look at each other a little closer in the eyes and appreciate that 3 times now the Islanders and the Soviets have played here at the Coliseum. Winning goal, beauty, Krutov, Vladimir Krutov, 5'9", 28 years old, born in Moscow. He's a Vancouver pick, the 11th pick in 1986 if they ever get Soviets to play in the NHL.
Gretzky flipped one in front, right through to the net. Pang stopped it. Rebound in behind. Kicked loose to Savard, who has time, and he clears.
Blackhawks have given up 51 power play goals in 167 times shorthanded.
Dave Taylor puts Nichols over the line, but the pass too far for him. Brown to the near side. Savard shot it to center ice. Nichols back to the line. Brown stopped him, rolled it ahead. If Murray touches it, it'll be offside, so he lets it roll down into the LA zone.